What's up, everyone? And today I'm bringing a deck profile on my Appliancers. Now, Appliancers is a really cool deck. It's actually a deck that I think has lots of potential and could even someday maybe even be meta relevant. But it's not quite there yet, but it's still a very solid deck. Without further ado, let's get right into it. First, I run 3 Socket Roll. Socket Roll, if you control an Appliancer monster, you can spell summon it from the hand. And if an Appliancer monster is special summoned while this card is on your field, you can special one Appliancer Socket Roll from your deck. Also run 1 Copy Buckle. Like a Socket Roll, you can special summon itself from the hand. And additionally, while it's in the graveyard, except the turn it's sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from the graveyard to special summon an Appliancer monster with the same name as one you control from your hand or grave. Next, I run 3 Breaker Bunkle. Breaker Bunkle is the weaker of the 3 Appliancers, although it's kind of like more like a hand trap, but there's definitely still a lot of uses you can do with it. Like, let's say you got 1 of each, you could just normal summon this and special summon the other 2 from hand. Also, run 3 Gizmek Inaba, or Gizmek Inaba. Inaba, when it's normal summoned, you can special summon 1 machine monster whose attack equals its own defense from hand and defense position, which all of them do. Also run 1 Phantom Knights of Silent Boots. We do run a little bit of a Phantom Knights engine, as well as 1 Codebreaker 0 Day. Also run 3 copies of Ash and 2 copies of Effect Veiler. Moving to the spells, I run 3 copies of the Field Spell. Pretty solid Field Spell. When it's activated, you can add a Appliancer card from your deck to your hand, so it can search both the monsters as well as the spell Appliancer Reuse, which is a monster reborn. So it searches either monster or monster born, more or less. Additionally, if you link summon an Appliancer Link monster, you can add 1 Appliancer monster from your graveyard to your hand. So that's definitely pretty good. Say, for example, you use Copy Buckle and Socket Roll to go into the Celtipus. You can just add back 1 of them, and if you didn't use their effect to special summon themselves from the hand, then you just use that effect. Or you can save it for the next turn. Also run the 1 Terraforming. I run 3 Appliancer Reuse. Target Appliancer monster in graveyard, special summon it, but it's placed on the bottom of the deck when it leaves the field. A very odd restriction, but one that doesn't really hurt it at all. And the cool thing is it's not a hard once per turn, or a soft once per turn. Also run the 1 World Legacy Succession. It's a more restrictive monster reborn, but since this is a deck that primarily uses Link monsters, it's more or less just a monster reborn, like a monster reborn. Next, I run 3 Machine Duplication. This card is absolutely insane for any machine-based deck that can use it, because pretty much all the machine monsters in this deck can use it. So as you can see, all 3 of the Appliancers and the Gizmek are below 500 attack. So it literally works with almost all your monsters except the hand traps, 0 Day, and boots. Next, I run 2 Periodic Map. Another way to search out the Appliancers, or mainly the Copy Buckle and Breaker Bunk. Also run 1 for 1, and 1 Called by the Grave. Moving on to the traps, I run 3 Phantom Knights Fogblade, and 3 Infinite Impermanence. We're able to make Link monsters fairly easy in this deck, so having a Phantom Knights engine is just going to be really good to have some negation up. Moving on to the extra deck, I run the 1 Celtipus. The effect of Celtipus doesn't really matter because, unfortunately, the Appliancer Link monsters, I just think their effects just aren't really all that great, which is really sad because I really like the artwork of some of them, especially like Dryer Drake and the Laundry Dragon. But unlike the others, Celtipus can be link summoned away the turn it's link summoned, which is an odd restriction that the others have that this one doesn't. So you can literally go into this for the field spell to be able to add 1 back, and you can link it away. And we definitely do use this because it's part of one of our main combos, like the Codebreaker line. So Virus Sword, when it's link summoned and is co-linked, which the Celtipus points down, so usually what you do is you go into Celtipus and then go into the Virus Sword right underneath it. And then you use that in code 0 day to go into the code breaker Virus Berserker, which will summon the 0 day and the Virus Sword back from the graveyard. Also run 1 Link Rebo, 1 Bujunki Azahima, 1 Dark, a Phoenix, and a Platinum Gadget. Platinum Gadget doesn't come up too much, but if our hand's a little bit more restricted, then it's definitely a card that will come up. Same with Asahima, it comes up occasionally. When it does, it's going to be a really useful card. Got the 1 Nightmare Unicorn, the 1 Rusty Bardiche, an Appaloosa, and an Access Code Talker. Now for the XYZ monsters, we run the 1 Assembled Nightingale, the 1 Downard, and the 1 Zeus. Pretty standard. And that's it for my Appliancer deck. Let me know, what do you think of Appliancers? Think they're pretty cool? Let me know in the comments and I'll see you in the next video I make. Bye.